Thanks for joining me again for another Pixie Talks review vlog. Pixie Talks, reviews and vlogs at Pixie Talks. Oh my gosh, it's been hard sitting on this one. The Rainbow Rocks DVD has just recently hit stores, and my goodness is this movie ever being talked about. Those of you lucky enough to have caught it in theaters have been on the hype train a little bit longer. And it was hard going waiting until November to review this, so no time like the present. I should also mention that this review comes with a very minor spoiler warning. I don't think it's anything that would ruin the viewing experience, but I do let slip a little bit of information that is not present in the trailers. This is the Battle of the Bands themed second My Little Pony Equestria Girls movie, Rainbow Rocks.
We heard you want to get together. We heard you want to rock the school. We've thought of something that is better. Something that changes all the rules.
It's very hard for me to contain the fangirl in me for this one because this film happens to hit a lot of my own personal fangirl notes. Music as weaponry, Greek mythology, but I don't want to get ahead of myself here. Let's cover some basics. The general gist of the plot is that Canterlot High appears to be under attack yet again by magical forces from Equestria turned mean girls. And this time, the foes in question are sirens previously vanquished by Star Swirl the Bearded. Meanwhile, Sunset Shimmer is trying to live down her prior status as horrible monster, as our main six bring her into the fold with the magic of friendship. The main focal point here, of course, is the Battle of the Bands theme. Let's leave aside for the moment here just how kind of ludicrous it is that all of these high schools just happen to be really good at playing musical instruments for no reason. This theme is really cool. It allows for some really awesome music, and my favorite thing about this movie, music as a weapon. Okay, nerd talk time, guys. I love bards. I know that the bard is a class that gets a lot of flack, but I just really think it's awesome. I've always loved the idea of fighting back evil with the power of song ever since I was little. Probably has something to do with the princess and the goblin.
Forward! Push your back!
So, holy crap, I loved all the music in this, and the grand finale was like the epitome of awesome for me. A great big musical battle of epic proportions. Holy crap, it was cool! The music in general in this movie was great, and I especially loved every single music number with the Dazzlings. Which brings me to my other major nerd out point here. The Dazzlings are sirens! Be still my mer-legend loving heart, sirens! All of their songs are eerie and haunting. It meshes perfectly with the idea of a Battle of the Bands themed movie, making the villains creatures that attacked with the sound of their voice. I've always loved sirens, and this was amazing. Plus, I've been wanting to see sea ponies in My Little Pony 4 forever, so, win? Kinda? Now, there are some irritating problems with the standard mean girl cliches. The Dazzlings fall into a very typical character profile that we have all seen many times before. I don't understand why every mean girl trio ever seems to have a dumb one whose entire shtick seems to be not understanding anything. And I think I would have been able to take them a bit more seriously if they were more of a cohesive unit rather than one leader and two tag-alongs who bicker constantly. Of course, this is part of the point. The Dazzlings are anti-friendship beings that sow disharmony and hatred. So it would stand to reason that they would have no real friendship amongst each other either. But it just seems to me that they would be a bit more effective as villains if that was played a little bit more subtly and less for laughs, but then again, I could just be overthinking a kid's cartoon show. The animation is about on par with the first film, which is to say it's really flipping good in some places, but awkward and clunky in others. Flash animation has its limitations, and sometimes this just doesn't work as well as I'd like. They put a whole ton of work into making the Dazzlings movements nice and smooth though, so props for that. I don't want to necessarily say that this movie is better than the first one. I think I personally enjoyed it more simply because it happened to feature a lot of things that I absolutely love to bits. But it's at least as good as the first Equestria Girls movie and comes with a totally awesome soundtrack to boot. Definitely worth checking out, and if you had any doubts about an Equestria Girls spin-off series, maybe this will help quash them.
You want to win it? Let's have a battle. Battle of the bands. Let's have a battle. We'll go all in it. Let's have a battle. 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 Battle of the bands.
And that's it for my review of Equestria Girls Rainbow Rocks. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please be sure to subscribe for more and add me on Facebook and Twitter for all of my other nonsense. And with that, I'll see you next week. Bye!
Shoot!